Good morning, students. In the previous class, we have discussed about the method of conduction through which heat gets transferred within solids. There do we have observed in the experiment that how the heat it gets transferred from one end of the object to the other end of the object within solids. Today, we'll discuss the next method of heat transfer, which is convection. We have noted above that water is poor conductor of heat. Till so far, we have discussed that air as well as water, they are poor conductors of heat. So how does then the water which we have taken in a kettle gets heated up when it is put over the flame? The molecules in liquids and gases are quite free to move. In class 6, do we have discussed regarding the arrangement of molecules within the different states of matter. There do we have discussed that how in the solids the intermolecular forces are very much high, and the solids they are the molecules they are tightly packed, whereas in the liquids the molecules they are not so much tightly packed, and whereas in the gases the molecules they move very much far apart and they are in random motion. So this is unlike solids whose molecules are quite rigidly fixed. It is this ability of liquid molecules to move around which causes a liquid to get heated up. So we have discussed that in the liquids the molecules they are not so much tightly packed as compared to the solids. This specificity helps the liquids to get heated up. We call this method of heat transfer in liquids as well as in gases as convection. To see how heat is transferred through convection, let us look at a simple activity. To show the convection method of heat transfer, we have taken two empty glass tumblers, one CD, hot water and cold water. In one of the tumbler, we are taking cold water, in the other tumbler we are taking hot water. In the tumbler in which we have taken hot water, we will add color granules. You may be observing that the entire color of the water is becoming colored. In this tumbler we have taken hot water. In this we have taken cold water. Now we have to take the CD. We have to keep above this glass tumbler having cold water, and we have to invert it above this glass tumbler in which we have taken hot water. You may be observing that the color streaks they are raising above. Why is it so? Because the tumbler which is kept below in which hot water was there, the molecules are lighter in weight and they are in random motion, so they are raising above. And whereas the molecules within the colder water they are heavier, and so they may be going downwards and the lighter one would be raising above. So after some time you will observe that the entire color of the water which we have taken above this tumbler, it would acquire the same color. So this the color streaks which are raising above, this shows that the convection current has been set up. Now if we reverse the situation, suppose we have taken the tumbler having cold water downward in the downside and the tumbler having hot water above to it, what happens to it? Let us see. In that situation, again we have taken two tumblers. In the one we are taking cold water, in the other one we are taking hot water. In the previous case we have added the color granules within the hot water. This time we will add it to the cold water. In this glass tumbler the water is cold. In this glass tumbler the water is hot. Now in the previous case what we have done, that the hot water tumbler we have taken upside and the in the previous case what we have done, we have taken hot water tumbler at the downside and the cold water tumbler above side. In this situation we will reverse the case. We'll take the cold water at the downward direction, downward side, and the hot water at the above to it. So in this we have taken hot water, in this we have taken cold water. Just we have to do the same condition. You may see that there is no any such type of streaks of color raising above. Why is it so? Because in this tumbler we have taken hot water and in this we have taken cold water. So why is it not happening? Because the molecules within this glass tumbler, they are in random motion, they are in already lighter in weight, so they may not maybe going downwards, and the molecules which are kept within this glass tumbler, they are already heavier and not showing motion, so they are still present within this glass tumbler, they are not showing or raising above. From this observation it is clear that the convection current, whenever it is generated, it raises from hot to the cold side. That means the hotter molecules, they are lighter in weight and in random motion they raises above. So in the activity we have discussed that how the convection currents are set up. So how do we understand this cyclic movement of the colored streaks in water? The water at the bottom of the flask gets heated up first. In the experiment, we have taken the glass tumbler in which first we have taken hot water and the other one we have taken cold water. It is being dealt about this situation that as a result it becomes lighter. As the water molecules are free to move, these heated up lighter molecules colored by contact with the potassium permanganate crystals move up. The colder and heavier molecules at the top then move down to take the place vacated by these molecules. It is these movements that we see in the form of the colored streaks going up and down. Because of these movements, the whole water soon gets heated up. So do we have seen in the experiment that how the glass tumbler we have taken in one hot water and one cold water, and we have kept when the hot water below side and the cold water in the above tumbler, we have seen the convection currents generated there in the form of up raising the colored streaks. So liquids and gases too are thus seen to transfer heat through their volumes by the actual movement of their molecules. We call this method of heat transfer as convection. And we often refer to these cyclic movements of molecules in liquids and gases as convection currents. We make considerable use of convection currents in our daily life. The use of windows and ventilators in rooms, use of chimneys in factories, and the radiators in cars are some common applications which are based on convection currents. So might we have, all of us may have observed that ventilators in rooms, they are placed just below the roof level, whereas the windows, they are placed below that. The reason is behind the air which has been exhaled out is somehow hotter, and it is lighter in weight. It raises above and it goes out through the ventilators, whereas the fresh airs which is cooler and it is heavier in weight, it enters through the windows. Just like the use of chimneys in factories and the radiators which are used in cars are some common applications which are based on convection currents. So convection currents also have a significant effect on weather and climate. So when the air at a place gets heated up, it expands and occupies more space. So when the air it gets heated up, it expands and occupies more space, and it therefore becomes lighter and moves above. The air pressure at that place then gets lowered, and hence air from surrounding places rushes it to take the vacated place. This sets up convection currents in air, leading to winds and storms. So, we'll discuss about this convection current in much more detail, that how the air, it when it gets heated up, it raises above, and the cooler air, it rushes to take place with the help of a simple experiment. Till so far here, thank you. Have a nice day. Stay safe at your homes and stay healthy.